Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Orion protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, I also want to mention the two donation links down below in the description. Feel free to go over to one of the official websites where you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military. Thank you all for understanding and thank you all for donating. The special offer that I have for you guys now, I am affiliated with ExpressVPN and they do have a nice deal for you over here. So $6.67 for 15 months, 30 days, money guaranteed back. They have servers in 94 countries. And if you don't want the government spying on you and you don't want your local network providers spying on you, then a VPN is the best thing that you can use to protect yourself and protect your data. And you can also pay in Bitcoin. Like I said, 30 days risk-free, no activity logs and no connection logs. Apps available for every single possible phone or laptop that you can imagine. So the link is in the description. Now let's jump into the daily chart. This is TradingView. I just want to zoom out a little bit so you can see the Fib retracement that I have set up. So as you can see, the red, or I should say yellow squares or rectangles are pointing towards the swing low and the swing high. And as you can see, once you lose the swing low, which in this case is sitting at $3.60, and once you have lost that, right, you did go above it once again, but you got rejected back down, and you were in the straight move to the downside all the way down to $1.50. And our technical target is 97 cents at the 1.618 because the 1.618 is your technical target after you start losing the first level, the first fib level, I should say. And let me just remove all of these price tags. We don't need them right now. And I do also want to point out the fact that we're having some sort of a bullish divergence here. If you can see, if I just pull out a trend line from this low to this low, we're printing a lower low. But on the RSI, from the exact same low over here, we're printing a higher low. Now, this is a bullish divergence, and usually this happens before we see some sort of a relief rally. And where would I see this relief rally going? So if we're looking at the RSI, and you can see that we have dipped into this yellow buy zone, and we even went slightly below it. And as you can see, every time we have been in the zone since May of last year, and if I even extend this further, you can see that we've had a touch of this zone and a move to the upside. The same thing happened over here, but we did go slightly below and we had a strong impulsive move to the upside. We even broke above this pink resistance trend line that I gave you in the last couple of videos, and we have another pink trend line over here above us. So two resistance trend lines that you should keep an eye on for future references. If you're looking to swing trade, you could see potential rejections from this point, but I'm going to remove the arrows over here. So if you see yourself come back down into the yellow buy zone over here, this would be a good buying opportunity in my opinion. And also you are going to be in the oversold if you are going to be going into this zone, because if you're below the index of 30, if you're out of this dark red zone into the dark zone, into the black zone, then you are oversold, and that is a good entry point. Now, if we are going to see a relief rally, I would imagine Orion would either run into this pink trend line or run into this pink trend line. Regardless, you're still going to be printing a lower high, okay? And in order for us to flip bullish, we need to break the 20 EMA on the daily, on the weekly. We need to break these trend lines and back test them as support before we start flipping bullish. And I don't think that is going to be happening for the next couple of weeks at least. I do think at the end of June, we're going to see another pullback. And if we go to the price action chart here, you can see that we do have a couple of resistance levels above us where you potentially can backtest as resistance before you start moving to the upside. So the first level over here, without using any fibs, without anything really, is you have this level here at $1.30. Okay. Now, as you can see, you did have multiple touches off this zone over here. You did wick to this area multiple times. The candles closed above this area. and then you had a move to the downside. So you lost that support. And right now, you usually backtest a level, previous support, as resistance. And you come back down for a lower low and potentially get to our 1.618 target at 97 cents. That would be something that I'm looking at. Also, the 20 MA is a major resistance level. You could potentially look for a back test of resistance of the 20 MA. You get rejected back down and you come even lower. Also, the $1.50 area is a good level to take some profits as well if you're looking to swing trade, because you have lost this area over here and you haven't had a back test of resistance. So that's exactly what we could do. Come up here, back test that area, and come back even lower towards the end of July, early August, potentially. Okay, this is what I'm potentially looking at. And yeah, overall, if you have been buying Orion from these all-time high prices, right, and you were buying this huge move to the upside, then dollar cost averaging in and these lower levels right now is very smart. And I do believe in Orion for the long term. I do think we're going to come back to those all-time high prices at least. And the project is building in a bear market, which is very important. The project is innovating. And yeah, I do want to jump over to the Binance chart, however. Now, switching over to the daily chart on the Binance website, we have another Fib retracement here, but this is a slightly different one. You can see this is the swing high here that we printed in September of last year, and this is the swing low that we printed in July of last year. Here, the 1.618 was at $1.61, and you do have the second Fib level, which is below the 1.618 at 97 cents, okay? So that's another level, another Fib level at 97 cents. So that just goes to show that there is some support on the zone that we can expect. Now, on the Binance chart, you have never been this low. So technically, you're losing this low that you have had in October of 2020. And also, the white trend line over here is something that you want to keep an eye on, because this was a major support level that we've held for a long time. Then we did lose it over here, and we didn't have a back test of resistance. You did have this wick to the upside. That doesn't really count. So potentially you could come all the way up here, get rejected from the trend line and come back down. That could coincide with us getting rejected from the RSI resistance levels that I showed you previously. So you could set up some buy limit orders in advance at 97 cents. That would be smart to do, in my opinion, because you could have a capitulation at any point. Below that, you do have the 2.272 at 69 cents. And I don't know if we're going to get that low, but even if we do, that is going to be something that you already knew about, and you are warned, because you can never say never in crypto. You can dump even lower from here, but at some point you're going to have to start reversing, and at some point this bear market will be over. Like I said, we do have a bullish divergence on the daily RSI. On the stochastic RSI, you are printing a bullish cross here. So potentially this is a prelude or a sign that you should pay attention to, because once you have this bullish cross, you usually start a move to the upside. And it doesn't always have to end with us getting overbought like we were over here back in June and May, but you could potentially have a little move to the midway point here and then start reversing down once again. So the stochastic RSI is a good indicator, but it's a more short-term indicator rather than having the RSI here for the long term, because the stochastic gets overbought and oversold on way more quicker than the relative strength index. And we just printed a bearish cross on the MACD on the daily chart, June 15th. And as you can see, once we have a bearish cross, once we confirm the downtrend, you have a move to the downside here. And the histogram is starting to flip to the downside. And as you can see, the last time that happened, we went on this long move to the downside. And all of these indicators are pointing towards the fact that we are going to be in this downtrend for quite some time, but a relief rally isn't off the charts. This is a normal thing. You have a relief rally, you get rejected by the 20 probably, and then you come back down to the 97 level. And from there, potentially you could hold this level as support. You get rejected by the 20. Maybe you're in some sort of a triangle here and you see a break to the upside. But like I said, the major levels that we want to be looking at are the weekly 20 EMA over here, and the weekly 20 EMA in this case is sitting at $2.82. So even a rejection from the 20 EMA is something that we can expect, because you've had that back in December. You've had that back in April, and you could potentially have it here in June/July. So you don't have to count that out. The weekly RSI is slowly moving and dipping its toes into the oversold zone. Pay attention to that. The stochastic RSI is in the oversold as well. Great buying opportunities. And the weekly MACD over here, as you can see, the moving average, the yellow line, is starting to curl to the upside, okay? It's starting to curl up, and if we get that bullish cross, that could be your confirmation of the uptrend, which means that we could see a potential relief rally all the way up to the weekly 20 EMA here. From where we are right now, that would be a very nice 143% trade. I don't know if that's going to happen. It all depends on what we see in the markets, okay? But if I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis and some interesting updates and memes sometimes over there. And feel free to join me on Patreon. I do upload there on a daily basis as well. We have low cap jump calls, project reviews, market sentiment analysis. We have video requests, TA requests, all types of stuff is going to be in there. It's a really interesting community, so feel free to join in. That is pretty much it. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.